My name is Keith Thomas.
My name is Brian-Michael Cox.
And we're coming up next
on Baller Alert. Holla at your boy Revolt. 10 Grammys, 150 million records sold. You know everybody from Usher to Mary, Mariah, Harvey Lennox, Chris
You got them
Brown.
on the text. My first record was Love in This Club for Usher. I did New Flame for Chris Brown. I did Heat for Chris Brown. I did Good for Usher, this new record.
Another thing too, like he co-writes these songs too. So he's not just an executive.
Oh, yeah. Dealing with artists that big, man, sometimes you gotta fight for what you believe in. You create the vibe and you tell them this is it and you stick to your guns. Otherwise, they're gonna miss the boat.
Push up in a Rari with Ferrari and you know BT. Ask your crush, do you like me? Mental health check, talk to me. Somebody got you effed up. Call and get it off your mind. Catch us in the A, turn us up while you in traffic slime. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. Yeah, this the Baller Alert. Yeah, this the Baller Alert. Yeah, this the Baller Alert. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. Yeah, this the Baller Alert. Yeah, this the Baller Alert. Yeah, this the Baller Alert.
Broadcasted live from Atlanta, Georgia, from the Nagel Law Firm Studios. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
I go by the name, BT.
The Ball Alert Show by Revolt. Ladies love R&B in the building.
Hey!
How you doing, Mr. Keith Thomas, Brian-Michael Cox? What's up, guys?
What up?
It's been a long time coming.
Y'all been hating on us, bro.
Long time coming.
Hey, man, no, this is definitely an episode that I know is going to be very, very heavily watched.
Okay.
You guys curated the first R&B party I've ever been to. Now, I've seen R&B segments in a party, but a party that's all R&B from start to finish. You know, sometimes they'll even throw on some rap songs, and I know y'all have to...
Let's be honest, man. It's a lot of fake R&B parties out here. They be talking about this R&B
we
party.
gonna talk about it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we going straight into it. There be a lot of fake R&B parties.
No cussing, because we on TV. One time of Revolt. What's up?
I'm sorry.
No, nobody cursed. We good.
Okay, I thought.
But
it sounded like I said something.
please introduce yourselves, just for the people who are maybe just seeing your faces for the first time, even though they should know who you guys are.
Well, my name is Keith Thomas, one half of the Ladies Love R&B crew. You know.
Yeah,
no, stop.
We need to talk about what. I'm saying.
Oh, you want a whole introduction?
Yes. We need to know who my boy Keith Thomas is.
I don't brag on myself like that. But
you're getting your flowers today.
Yeah. My name is Keith Thomas, one half of Ladies Love R&B. I'm an A&R. I work with superstars like Usher, Chris Brown. I also was an artist back in the day in the '90s. I was in the group Subway when I was young. So that's my love for R&B music has started from a very young age. So
Now talk about some of the records that you've done for those who don't know.
My first record was Love in This Club for Usher. I did New Flame for Chris Brown. I did Heat for Chris Brown. I did Good for Usher, this new record.
Another thing too, like he co-writes these songs too. So he's not just an executive.
Oh, yeah.
He's also creative in the studio, really making it happen, putting people together, and helping creating these records, getting these records to the finish line. So it's much more. I don't want y'all to think that he's A&R and it's not. I mean, he's a real A&R. He's not one of these guys.
And you slick like a producer. You slick like a producer because I remember when we was in Houston and I heard Good, and you said that you and Usher was going at it because you was letting me listen to the different versions. He was like, nah, man, this the version.
He's a vocal producer.
That was fire. That was
when you're dealing with artists that big, man, sometimes you got to fight for what you believe in, and that's what a real A&R does. You create the vibe and you tell them this is it, and you stick to your guns. Otherwise, they're gonna miss the boat. You know what I'm saying? So I stuck to my guns, and Good came out. You know?
Another thing about a good A&R and why he's a great A&R, because I think that you ever see an interview by Jimmy Iovine saying that when he realized he wanted to be an executive instead of a producer, he was like, I want to produce the producer. Right? So what Keith is really good at is producing the producer. You know what I'm saying? Like giving guidance, giving, you know what I mean? And being the motivator in the studio. So it's like, it's rare. People don't just be able to get into the bubble and get into Jermaine Dupri's space, or get into a B. Cox's space, or get into a Polo the Don space, or get into a Jazzy Faye space, and be able to produce the producer, and people have the producers trust him. Like, that's a major key, to what he is.
That's important too.
I appreciate that, man. You be better than me, bro.
Now, B. Cox, you introduce yourself. How many Grammys you got?
How many Grammys? I went first.
many Grammys do you have at this point?
See, I know you always be saying Brian got 25 Grammys. I do not have 25 Grammys yet.
How many do you have,
I have 10.
Damn near, see?
I have 10 Grammys. Hey man, I've been at this thing for a long time, and I think what's amazing about when I got into the business, it was shifting to producers getting, shine in a way that they weren't before, right? If you weren't an artist, right? Because a lot of times producers who were big producers, they were artists too. It's like a Pharrell, he's an artist. Timbaland was an artist too. Jermaine made albums. All these producers were, or Teddy Riley was an artist. You know what I mean? It was, I think the only, Babyface is an artist. You know what I mean? I think that for R&B, there wasn't guys like on the hip hop side, DJ Premier, who was an artist also, by the way. But like Easy Mo B and all these, guys who were just producers were getting love on the hip hop side. From the R&B side, a lot of us, wasn't getting that kind of love. So I think I came into the industry at a time where we were starting to get that kind of love from from an R&B side. So you have groups like Ideal, who I gave them their first hit record, and they would go on, Video Soul or BET or whatever, and say Brian-Michael Cox. Same thing with Jagged Edge, same thing with Aaliyah, same thing with Toni Braxton, Mary J. Blige, so forth. So I think that coming into the industry during that era, and I was still being able to be behind the scenes and not be a face. You know what I'm saying? I was running around Atlanta and could go to the mall and nobody bother me. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. And you liked that?
Then, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and I like the way I move now too. I feel like I get a lot of love and respect because I'm accessible. I feel like when I'm around the city, people know me. They talk to me. They know they can talk to me. They know I'm not really on no wild, arrogant energy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what's sustained me all these years. You know what I mean? But yeah, Brian-Michael Cox, 10 Grammys, over 150 million.
10?
Over 150 million records sold.
We'll talk about
Yes. Talk about a cheat code.
Everybody from Usher to Mary, Mariah, Ari Lennox, Chris
You got them
Brown.
on the text.
You know what I'm saying?
You in a couple group chats.
Yeah, a couple group chats.
They are real friends.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott,
That's the GOAT,
Neo.
by the way.
I've been able to work pretty much touch every artist I ever wanted to work with. And I was telling somebody this earlier today, like, just imagine you being able to absolutely live your dream. What me and Keith are able to do in this point every day is really live.
I told people, don't
dream.
nobody have more fun than y'all.
They do not.
These are the guys that you want to go out and have a great time with because it's always good energy. We talk about this a lot off camera where you have people that have parties and they not even having fun in the club.
It's ridiculous, bro.
I'm like, how you invited me to come to your club and your party and you on the phone the whole time or you looking stressed out?
That's
this
real.
is supposed to be like
We don't care.
Yeah.
If ain't nobody in the party, we still gonna have a good time.
Damn right.
That's how I started from day one at SL Lounge. We didn't care.
Yeah.
Like, yo, it's just us. We gonna drink for free.
Wait, what you tell me? Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you some just ill. So when Keith approached me about doing a party, right? Because we had been talking about it. Keith was taking me. We was going out.
Go to the beginning, Brian. You was going through some shit
I
at the
was
time.
Okay.
Brian was going.
Okay.
Brian was going through something at the time.
I was going through a breakup. I went through a breakup and I was super depressed.
Oh,
right?
damn.
It was crazy. The story is ill. I just told the story to somebody yesterday. I was like, I was going through I went through a breakup, right? I thought I lost the love of my life. I literally was the most depressed I've ever been in my life. And me and Keith started hanging out. Like Keith would come pick me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, shake it off, Come pick me up and we would just be hanging out. We'd go to, David would be DJing on Monday nights at Red Martini. And then, Janine was working at SL Lounge.
SL Lounge.
So we would go to SL.
I did a Friday.
So we was going through all these different places.
We did Fridays.
Yeah, we did Fridays.
It was all these different places, and we would always talk about how the music was whack. Like this was during the era of like, and no disrespect,
not necessarily
whack,
but
It wasn't what you wanted to curate.
It didn't feel our soul. You
know
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It didn't fulfill your soul.
Yeah.
So, but what happened was, and granted, the party be lit, right? Crazy.
But you weren't fulfilled.
But here's the deal.
Be more packed than lit.
Be packed. Right. But then what would happen was around like 11:45, like midnight, especially on Mondays, David would get into like a wild R&B bag, like a wild old school set, and he'd be like heavy 90s. And me and Keith would just be like, yo, like, why the party don't feel like this the whole time?
Exactly.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
We gotta go to
So let's go to commercial. When we come back, Ladies Love R&B, Ferrari Simmons.
You know BT.
Baller Alert.
We be back.
Revolt.
That's right, man. And we are back right here, the Ball Alert Show on Revolt TV. Keith Thomas and B. Cox are in the building. Now, B. Cox was just talking about how they created Ladies of R&B. Well, how him and Keith.
They were in the club.
Yeah.
They were listening to Mixmaster David one time for Mixmaster David.
Shout out
you were
David.
like,
Gang.
he was heavy in the 90s R&B bag.
Yeah,
and he was like,
we get that 12,
we should hear that all night.
We did it all night. And so I was telling him about a party I was doing that was of East Atlanta. I was doing two parties. A party called Priceless at L Bar, and I was doing another party called The Groove at the Basement, which is all R&B all night. But that's a different crowd, a different, East Atlanta's a different, it's artsy, it's a different kind of thing.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, there's no mainstream, we was talking like, where's the mainstream? Like, we are from that, we're of that generation.
Exactly.
We create the music.
Yeah.
We're like, where can we hear the kind of music we want to hear? And every day we would just be talking about, maybe we need to do a party, right? And then
R&B party.
An R&B party. Literally R&B party that plays the music that we want to hear, right? And then Janine,
let me chime in.
Yeah.
So my girl worked at SL Lounge, and I would come in there and hang out with her all the time because that's where she was at. I'm like, I'm gonna go to SL. I'm gonna go pull up with me. So I would bring I would bring Usher with me. I would bring Carrie with me. Brian would bring JD, whoever, all our friends, Bow Wow. We would all go hang out. And then Ruggs was paying attention to that. He was like, yo man, your dude in here all the time. Why don't you have him do a party? She didn't tell me for 2 weeks that he said this because she was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want you going over there with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when she finally told me, she was like, yeah, Russ wants you to do a party. I was like, what? I said, me do a party? And I was like, what would I do? So I'm thinking. By the way, I came up with this in like 5 minutes.
It was literally no more than 10 minutes.
I was like, R&B Wednesdays. Cool, that's what we're gonna do. So I called Brian.
Just
I said,
like
Brian.
that.
I said, Brian, Russ want me to do a party.
Tell him what you told me.
I said, Russ wants to do a party. We might not make no money, but at least we'll get the drink for free.
Yeah.
And listen to the music we want to hear.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
I was like,
Let's go. Ruggs. What up, Ruggo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So he saw it. So the first party we did, it was really just our crew.
Yep.
It was our crew, probably about 20 other people, but it was lit. And Ruggs, that same night, Ruggs was like, man, it's going to be big. I was like, you think so? I was like, man, nobody in this mug. You know what I'm saying? And then it just blew up from there. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, BT came in that mug like,
Yeah.
He like
yeah.
Well, what happened was,
let me get the mic.
what had happened was, my dog Brandon Foreman, man, shout out to Brandon Foreman. He managed Big X The Plug. He came up to me one day and was like, man, I gotta bring you to this R&B party. Because at the time he knew, I was like, man, I'm kind of trapped out hosting all these trap parties. And he brought me to Ladies of R&B.
Exactly.
He was like, man, come on, man, come out, man. We got to go to R&B Wednesday, man. You got to meet Keith and B. Cox. So I'm like, all right, babe. He was like, I'm going to come pick you up. I'm going to take you. And at the time I was living down the street. So it was easy for me to get there.
Right.
At the time I was living in Buckhead.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
when I got there, it was a few people in there. So then when I got there, I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me get on the mic. And at the time, they was like, all right, this, you know what I'm saying? This dude, all right. So
Now, for real, that's what happened.
They like, all right. They like, look, man, we can't pay you, like, off the jump. They like, I know you probably making money hosting other parties, but we can't pay you.
Off the rip.
And I was like, oh, I'm talking about off the jump. And they like, look, we know you probably getting paid to host. So then when it started getting built, Ruggs was like, man, he was like, man, I'll take care of you for, make sure you straight.
Right.
And man, when I tell you that party took off, people in there that you wouldn't even believe.
Listen. Man, I remember when this was like 2017, 2018, I was signed to Jeezy, and then one night he was like, yo, we're going to a rug spot, and it was a Wednesday, and I was like, man, that's R&B Wednesday, man. I ain't the biggest R&B fan, but when we went, it was lit. BT was hosting. It was just popping. I believe Usher was in there. I say, yo, what is going on right now? BT was hosting.
That was special.
I said, yo, this is lit.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
man, you guys went to Red Martini.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let me chime in.
Am I
on this.
skipping?
Medusa was
Let me chime on this.
No, we went to
a
two
Medusa.
different spots.
We did before that.
Okay.
No,
My
we was
bad,
at
I'm
three
skipping
different
steps.
So first of all, we're the only party that probably moved 8 times and
For real.
still number
rocking.
one.
Facts.
Absolutely.
So when we left SL Lounge, we went to Go Room.
Yes.
I remember that.
We was at Go Room for
But you wasn't there long.
probably about 7 months.
Yep.
Okay.
The money wasn't right. It was funny.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Me and Brian was fighting every night.
Anytime somebody can get me angry,
Oh yeah, I'm angry every night.
like-
But you get him angry.
Anybody get me angry?
Now it's taking you
then
out of
it's
the
taking
essence
us-
of the actual
and
party.
literally,
Man.
I remember that. You know, I'm not gonna say his name, but
No,
the
no,
guy
no, I got
who was the guy who was like running that spot. When I got mad, Keith was like, "Yo, yeah, we gotta get out of here. we gotta get out of here."
Brian,
man.
Yeah.
He's like, Brian, man.
Brian
we
ain't
gotta
never
get
met
out."
at the
You know,
room.
so the crazy part about it is, we was new to the game. When I first started to jump in this thing, the first person I called was Brick. I'm like, Brick, I don't know about this business. What should I ask for? And shout out Bricks for keeping it 100 with me. He helped me negotiate my deal with Ruggs. So I moved. So when we went to SL, when we went to Go Room, we wanted the same deal, like blah 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 blah, but we didn't get that. So I'm like, so when we got into it, we we gotta leave. We're not making no money. This stuff lit. We're not making no money. So the homie who owned somebody bought Medusa, and they was like, "Yo, come to Medusa. Y'all what y'all want." So he like,
Everything was still on Wednesday though.
It's still every time Wednesday. So the owner of Medusa was like, "Tell me a number,
What
and,
y'all want.
and I'm gonna give it to you."
Our partner,
So
Charles.
I called Charles. I called Brian. I said, "Brian, what you think we should ask for?" So we said a number. I said, "You said because you Brian." So
Somebody
they
said
gotta
it
say
was
yeah to
ill.
you. You know what I'm saying?
So we go meet him on Medusa, right? Because I was a little apprehensive about Medusa because I felt like it was a little
It was in the
ratchet.
hood a little bit.
It was a little ratchet. And I was
Yeah.
like, God,
Well,
we
they had the
back
crowd.
on Cheshire Bridge. But I just really liked Charles. I just
Yeah.
felt like he really rocked with us. He was
Shout out to
coming.
Charles.
Yeah.
He was coming to the club to see us.
We didn't know.
And we didn't know, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I remember, like I said, the first time I met Charles, I remember I would go to the back bar
Yep.
and go room and just kind of kick it with the bartenders back then.
He was back there?
Charles was back there kicking it.
Ah,
That's
okay.
how I met him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So like, Charles was somebody I was like, man, I mean, Keith liked him immediately. I liked him immediately. He seemed like, yo, yeah, I want to rock with y'all. So when I told him the number and he said yes so
He was like,
fast, I was like,
done.
damn.
I'm like, we should ask for more money. Dang, Brian. So but by the way, he gave us that number,
And we didn't make it
and we
more.
weren't making no money the first 4 months.
It was
at
like
Medusa.
5 months, 4 or 5 months.
Yes, he was like, yo,
Yeah.
but he believed in the party so much
Yeah.
that he didn't care.
He just kept paying us.
He kept paying us, and we wasn't even
Yeah.
making no money. So, and then when the pandemic
That's
hit,
how you know you got a good
when
product,
the
man.
pandemic
Yeah.
hit,
It's over, boy.
it was over. Medusa was on smash.
Over.
Yeah, 'cause
Hold on.
Atlanta
We
was the
actually
only
started
place
hitting
open.
before the pandemic.
Yo, let me
though.
tell you something. So
we
let
started
me,
hitting
so
before the
I'm
pandemic.
gonna tell y'all a story about the pandemic, right? By the way, we all was in the house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My girl was pregnant. I would sneak out the house, right? I'd be like, I'm about to go to Brian's house. So you need to get out.
get
Like,
out,
Yeah, yeah.
So I would sneak out.
Cabin fever crazy.
But I would make a detour before I go to Brian's house. I would go to the club, like, yo, let me go see what's going on. I would go to Michael Gilwan, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
I would go to Mike Gilwan's spot, Republic.
Republic.
So I would sneak in there. I would have my gloves on, my mask on, everything on, scared. So I would go in there like, Mike.
They in there, no mask, no gloves, no nothing.
I'm like, Mike, y'all still open? He said, yeah. I said, y'all ain't shut down? By the way, all white people, no black people in the club. I'm like, y'all, nobody got sick? He said, no. I was like, man, forget this. So I was like, I got to get my party back open because if I don't get back started,
We're lost.
they're going to steal it.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Yup.
He would come to my house. He would go to Mike's spot and come to my house. Now, I'm just holed up in the crib.
Yeah.
I'm holed up
He's
in the
super
crib.
scared.
I'm not.
You not going nowhere.
I'm not going nowhere, nigga. I'm not even leaving the white people in front of my house having picnics and all that. I'm not even going outside with them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm in the crib. I'm setting up. I'm gonna do my live DJs.
Yeah.
My son is upstairs. I started cooking all kinds of crazy.
That was the birth of Love Zone.
Yeah. The birth of love zone. So he would come to the house and he's like, yo, Brian, I think we're missing the mark. I think that they're lying to us.
Stop right there. We gonna go to commercial. This is perfect.
This is great.
We'll be right back on the Baller Show. Ladies
Yeah.
Love R&B on Revolt.
That's right, man. We are back right here, the Ball Alert Show on Revolt TV. We got ladies of R&B in the building. Now, B-Cox, we was talking about that pandemic vibe, man.
Yeah. So Keith was coming by the crib. He's like, man, I think we wrong about this, man. We need to get this party back on. And I'm like, nah.
During the pandemic.
During the
I'm like,
pandemic,
because
baby.
understand,
About that life.
Georgia and the 3 states that I dwell in, Georgia, Florida, and Texas, were not tripping about the pandemic.
Yeah.
They was open. That's really why Houston.
That's right.
I feel like
Maybe
Houston's popping
closed
right
for a
now.
month and a half, and then that was
Because during the pandemic, Houston was popping.
Yeah.
And people were able to go down there and see. So it's the same thing with Atlanta, Houston, Miami. Those 2 places were popping. So I feel like he kept saying, man, come on, man, we got to do it. And I was like, man, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But then I remember we went to go meet at Medusa. So I show up to the meeting, nigga, I got on gloves.
I'm like
man,
this. Yo, he wouldn't even come in the club. He was so scared.
Bro,
I'm like, bro.
like hyperventilating, like, man, because the club was packed. So we agreed to do it, right?
I remember how he used to walk in the club. I'd be like, bruh.
The first meeting,
put an astronaut suit on.
I know. The first meeting we had, it was just us in there, and I got the gloves on. The mask. I was like, cool. I agree, and I'll come, but I'm coming. I'll be there for 30 minutes. I was like, I'm gonna be 45 minutes. I'm out. You know, I'm tripping. I remember, dog.
Five drinks in. Gloves off, mask off. I'm like, this boy. This is what
Like at that point, it's like, oh man, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
nah, we here, man. We gonna catch it. We gonna catch it. Yo, but
nobody caught it.
Nobody caught it. Even old girl that tried to get us.
Nobody
I didn't
caught
want
it.
to say her name, but she tried to get us.
It was Cap.
She caught it before she got there.
Exactly. We ain't gonna say no names.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
She's trying to say she got COVID at the party.
Yeah. By the way, she just left Miami.
Oh.
She had just left Miami
Stop
came to our
it.
party.
Now
Stop the madness.
Now, where do you go after Medusa?
So Medusa gets shut down.
Randomly too.
R.I.P.
We wasn't
So
ready
now
for
we
it.
back here again.
Well, they had a chain on the
I'm
door.
like, man. But we was being loyal because we had high hopes that Medusa would come back open.
Yeah, we thought it was open back.
So we shut our party down for 6 months, waiting for Medusa to open back up. It never happened. So we ended up at Republic.
Republic.
So we went to Republic because
I remember
for
that.
us it's all about the vibe. Mm-hmm. I didn't really care for that area, but the club was sexy. You know, it was a little big. It was a little big, but it was sexy. So Charles was
had
like,
good relationship
yo,
with
y'all
Mike.
should go over
Yep.
here. Medusa ain't opening back up. Go over here and rock out with Michael. So I was like, you know what?
R.I.P.
Cool.
Mike, get
Yes,
one.
R.I.P. Mike. So we went over there and it was cool.
Republic was alright.
It was like it was a little big, but you know it was cool.
Yeah.
And
it was a good vibe.
we weren't making no money though.
I'm making no money though again.
It ain't working.
Yeah.
This money is kind of funny.
So we was booking
and it was
hella
crazy.
artists.
It
By the
was
way,
crazy.
we was going crazy.
We was booking everybody.
Going crazy.
And Charles would try to tell Mike,
Pay these
them.
guys. Pay them.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to mess this up.
You know,
Pay them.
I know, you know, no
Y'all had
disrespect.
some big parties too.
I know the Goodwin brothers from the '90s. I know them very well, and you know,
Yeah.
they don't, we know.
I mean, you know, they old school.
They
you know?
tight with the
You know
money.
what I'm saying?
And Charles like, man, Mike, pay these guys. I'm telling you, they're going to bring you more business than you. You know what I mean? Pay them. You know, and God bless Mike, man. Mike, out of all of them, Mike was always the nicest one. I was cool with. I was always him and Simon are always
Great person.
are my guys. You know what I'm saying?
Simon, what up?
But so what happened was, so we at Republic, and you know we going through the motions. It is what it is. We're not making a lot of money. You know,
Doing okay. It's not
we
great,
can pay
though.
the bills, but you know we're not making a lot of money. So they had to shut down for a month because of something that happened in the past. Because you know they was open, they was doing after hours, so they had to shut down for a month. So we're like, what we gonna do? So we said to ourselves, we're not gonna do that what we did at Medusa. Wait 6 months. So we was like, all right, let's do pop up. BT was like, yo, we're gonna do pop ups. So we did the first pop up was at Supply and Demand.
I mean, and mind you, remember we
We ain't had no hookah though.
that's
We was
us
pissed.
still trying to be loyal.
Oh,
to,
but we was trying to get that hookah in there bad.
Yeah, no hookah.
and that's us still trying to be loyal.
We
to
trying to
Mike,
be loyal.
too.
We like we're gonna do
You know
pop
what I
ups.
mean?
We're gonna wait. So we're gonna do pop ups everywhere. We're gonna go all the spots. So we went to Supply and Demand first because we wanted to be small. Then we went to Red Martini. That was it. That was the
Hey, that Red Martini.
we-
But look,
we-
y'all
we-
didn't
no,
want to do Red
hold on.
Martini.
Hold on.
We didn't.
No,
Y'all did not want to do Red Martini.
Not in the beginning, no.
No, we did Rose Bar first.
No, we did Supply and Demand because remember we
did
was like it
Supply
ain't
and
no
Demand.
hookah.
Red Martini, and we
it
didn't
was
go
over.
and
Yeah,
we didn't go nowhere
Cause
else.
look, hey, boy, when I tell you BA them
That
called me, I was
first
in
party,
LA. They
bro.
said, "Hey man, we gotta get those guys on the phone, man. I got to talk to those guys." I was like, "Bro, we just did the party yesterday. I'm in LA." Man, I gotta talk to them, man. I gotta talk to them. Yo, when we did Red Martini
That first week,
they
they let us in Buckhead.
It's perfect.
It was lights out because we
Perfect,
Buckhead.
bro.
dudes. You know what I'm saying? I can say niggas, right? We Buckhead niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was perfect, bro. It was like a perfect marriage, and that was it. And we just killed. When I say killed, I mean like it's. Everybody said they've never seen a party like Ladies Love R&B.
Was crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. For an R&B person like me, that was the part. I never forget. I came in there on a humbug on a Wednesday. Matter of fact, no, I'm lying. It was his birthday.
Oh, okay. Yep. Which birthday though? Which one?
Which one?
You
just wasted.
had a few of them.
Yeah, might have been the first one he celebrated.
Okay.
And I was like, yo. This is the move. Everyone is singing. Everyone was in a good mood.
You booked about 3 sections after that night.
And I was trapped out.
That's when you was with the label.
He booked about 3 sections.
You did.
I came back. I'm talking about your first birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I came and I saw the vibe. I said, yeah, this is the best party in Atlanta.
Yeah, man.
I kept saying, this is the best party in Atlanta.
And it's an R&B party. So for you to say that,
party,
you know it's real.
And everyone was having a good time.
Man.
I can't remember the last time I felt that way.
Thugs, corporate, and strippers, and
politicians.
You know what I saw that night?
Together.
Politicians.
You know what I saw that night? It
What?
was a section full of women, and I could tell that like they bought that section, and they was turned up. I believe somebody had got like a law something. I can't remember what it was. It was like a celebration.
Yeah.
It was all girls. I was like, yo, this is it.
I think the interesting thing about our party, like we said earlier, it's literally. It's the thugs, it's the politicians, it's the bad women with the good jobs and career women. It's also the dots and the strippers and the scammers and just all these different people.
It's a getaway. It's a getaway.
It's like a gumbo. It's a gumbo party.
It's crazy. You never.
Yeah, you know, it's like I always tell people. You know, we always talk about Atlanta and between me living here in LA. It's a stark contrast, you know what I mean? And, in LA, they be like, yo, ATL's not a real place, B Cox. Y'all on some different shit out there. I was up, yo.
You good.
Y'all different out there, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's something in the water here, bro. It's something in the energy with the city, with the music, because think about the club scene, right? There's no club scene anywhere else but here in Houston right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now.
Wait, look. This is how I know y'all had the best party. Usually in Atlanta, it's an unwritten rule. Damn, what up, Young Dro? It's an unwritten rule in Atlanta. You leave 15, 20 minutes before the party's over. You don't even say bye, I'm out. At y'all party,
they not leaving.
Nobody's leaving.
They not leaving.
The lights come on and people are still singing with the lights on. I say, this the best party.
It used to be so bad. I used to have to argue with the owners and to be like, man, tell security to leave these folks alone, bro. Like, they not gonna leave.
That's real.
Like, security would literally be like, y'all have to leave. I'm like, bro, they not gonna leave, bro.
Yeah, man.
Y'all have to just stop selling liquor.
Hey, but we gotta stop talking and go to commercial.
Okay.
We gotta go to commercial.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Love R&B.
Let's do it.
On Revolt, the Ball Alert Show.
Gang.
That's right, man, and we are back right here, the Ball Alert Show on Revolt TV. Ladies of R&B is in the building.
Gang.
Yeah.
So we were just talking. We're at Red Martini. You never left.
They're staying, bro.
We never left until we saw furniture outside.
Yo, bro.
How long?
That's a whole nother story.
Let's get there, but wait. How long were you guys at Red Martini?
We was at Red Martini from
We was there for 2 years.
2 years.
We was there for 2 years.
That's
More
it.
than-
February. It was longer than that.
years.
It was like February of 2022
Two. Yep.
till July of 2024.
24.
Yep.
So it was a little over 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
And-
it seemed like an eternity.
So what happened? When we got the call, when Ruggs text me.
Rose text you.
I was at the gym, bro. I pulled up on you.
Oh man,
was at the gym.
I called you 50 times. You answered the phone.
Yeah.
Wait, you gotta give some context.
Okay.
This is when Red Martini got
This is when we
shut
saw the
down,
furniture outside.
and furniture was
Okay,
outside
so
and
hold on.
trending.
Let me get out a little context. So we had been hearing rumors about Red Martini was going to get shut down.
I told you it was true.
You
He
did.
said it.
I said it's true.
did.
They were like, man,
BT
BT.
said
You
it.
did, BT. You
Give him
did.
the benefit
Charles
of the
said
doubt.
it.
Charles said it too.
Charles been said it.
Charles said
So,
it too.
but we like, yo, I mean, we're
told
gonna
you.
ride it till the wheels fall off. Why did it have to
That we
happen
did.
on
On
a
a
Wednesday? It could have happened on Monday.
I heard that was planned though. I heard that was calculated.
They knew
It
that.
really
They knew
was.
that.
I heard that was
I mean, it
calculated.
makes sense. Why
'Cause
not
Wednesday's
shut
the biggest
down
night.
on your most lucrative night?
But that's the point. That's why they wanted
gonna
them
prove
gone.
a point. You're right.
They was like, we gonna prove a point. Oh, y'all think we playing?
Hey, look.
Wednesday
Ain't
Wednesday,
no Monday
we come-
tonight.
Do you guys know what was more trending that day? Not that Red Martini shut down. It was like, okay, so where's the R&B party going to
Where
be
we
at
going?
tonight?
By the way, we pivoted so nasty and so
Fast.
quick.
I went to Rose Bar.
We went to
Bar.
Rose Bar and sold it out
That same
in
night.
4 hours.
Yep.
Nah,
Yup.
for real. Like, for real, I had to tell Keith, I was like, Keith, you know what, man? This is crazy.
We gave
Like,
Abe, we gave
really-
Abe an alley-oop. We said, Abe,
We different. I was like, this is different because I've been a part of many parties. I've done things in the city. I've been in the city since '97. Like, I've never seen something like this, where we can do something same day, 3 hours, 4 hours in advance. Because literally, Ruggs text me, and then I was like, "Word, I'm gonna get off the trip. I'm going straight to the." I was at.
you went to go see.
Yeah, I was at Lifetime.
Me and
I was
was
at
there together.
Lifetime.
What? I was no way.
I was at Lifetime at Phipps.
like,
and
no
as I'm
way.
on the way, when I pull up, BT already there, like looking at me like, "Yo."
Why y'all didn't get no
Look
hookah
at
buzz? I heard they stole all the hookah.
No,
bro.
but look,
Everything.
this
At the
is
time,
what
we
we
got
was
at the
told.
time.
This is what we were told. It was first of all, it was nobody but staff there and the owners.
In
At
the
the time we
beginning.
went,
All
it
right.
was-
That we
this
went-
before the people came and
Yeah.
started stealing stuff.
It was
And we're talking
it was-
about outside of Red Martini.
outside
Yeah,
of
they
Red
got
Martini.
evicted.
Me and
Exactly.
B Cox is outside. It's hot as hell. This is what we're told. Don't worry, guys. They just have to clear all this stuff out, and we're gonna have them put it back in, and we're still on
That's
for the
exactly
night.
what BA said to me.
What?
Remember I called you and I was.
I said, don't you worry your bottom dollar.
Also,
I'm about to go get a smoothie
I
then.
know that's
And
right.
then-
I
and he
think he's
said-
lying though.
and he said, just in case, and if we have to stay out, we'll just move it over to Whiskey Mistress.
Yeah.
So that's why I called you. I was like, bro,
Never. Nothing against whiskey. They're my people, but no, that's not happening.
Hey, I told Keith, I said, hey man, you know, black people, we're big on geographic. I said, we gotta stay close. So because people are still gonna show up.
Yeah.
We have to stop thinking that everybody utilizes the internet the way we do. Some people, this is their routine.
That's
I
right.
said, we gotta be close. So when they go there
So we did
and they
Rose
call
Bar.
people, they say, oh, they right down the street. All right, bet.
Exactly.
I like, we can't go too far now.
No, we cannot.
4
We can't.
hours. Yeah,
So
Rose Bar sold out.
so we said we're gonna give it to Red. We're gonna give it to Rose Bar. Rose Bar made the most sense. So we gave it to we like, Abe, this is what we want. And the first thing went through and it was successful. And after that, he reneged on the deal, and we had to keep it moving. So
Yeah.
No disrespect, Abe was
So-
my guy.
so-
Hey,
so-
no
business. It's
disrespect.
business.
no,
Business.
nigga, I'm just keeping it real.
Oh, yeah,
This is
yeah,
business.
yeah.
So somebody showed me flow.
He called me.
Like this look about right. This look about right.
And it's not far. It's literally
kind of
in the
close.
same
It's kind of
area.
close.
Because he called me and was like, what do you think about this? I was like, I don't know. He was like, we in Buckhead though. I said, well,
I know, 'cause you don't trust your
I'm
business
gonna look
now.
at it. I said, we are in Buckhead.
By the way, and we in between Allure and Onyx.
Yes.
Yeah. They come straight to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
and Copper Cole.
Oh.
They
Yeah,
all
you're
right
literally
there.
right there.
That whole block. That block.
That,
block
that
lit.
whole block.
Then everybody go to Babylon is lit.
You right. You right. It was an alley oop. Now some of the people that we had pulling up, Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson,
Yeah, can
when
we
they
talk about the
told
guests
me
that y'all
that
had? Wow.
Janet Jackson was their security, I never seen security fan out like this. I walked in through the back door. They said, "Yo, BT, Janet Jackson is here." I said, "Man, stop lying. Where's she at? I want to see. I want to see she really here." Man, Janet Jackson had all them bodyguards. I'm over there like this.
Yeah,
Boy,
man.
Janet Jackson really here. She sit
By the way,
down.
she stayed a long time too.
She stayed to the end.
Yo.
She stayed to the close.
She was drinking her wine. She was chilling.
Now, let me tell you what's
It's
crazy.
nationally known to come to y'all party
Yeah.
on Wednesday.
So
It's so
amazing.
funny because I don't even know that. Like I
Yeah.
know it's real, but I don't hear it. I just see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't hear like, oh, we gotta go to Red Martini or
Well, I think it's because we in it, because we're actually in it every day, and
Yeah.
we on the text message with the tables, and I think what happened was Jermaine had texted me and was like, "Yo, hey, Jan wants to come to the party," and I was like, "Word?" Like, yo, I knew she had the show and whole nine. So then they put me with Ian, and then I put them with Keith, and then it happened. You know what I'm saying? And Jan came and stayed all night.
At least about 2:30.
Oh, she stayed till it closed, bro.
Yeah, it was
we
lit.
were.
I couldn't believe
She
it.
stayed till we closed.
I said, Janet Jackson.
And she was like, Brian, thank you so much. I had the time of my life. She had a great time. Remember, she was like,
Crazy.
I had a great time. And then, so people like Janet, people like Missy, Missy don't be outside, bro.
Oh, I love Missy.
She do not.
Missy don't
I
go
love
outside,
Missy.
She
bro.
come to our party religiously.
Religiously. Call me or she call Keith. I'm coming.
And
Y'all also had people coming just to also see Usher.
I mean,
'Cause
Usher's
he's your friend.
I mean, Usher's my best friend. And he comes.
No.
I mean, Usher's
it was
he's
people
damn near a
coming
silent
to the
partner.
party because they know Keith may or B. Cox may or may not have Usher there
He's
that
damn
night.
near a silent partner, bro.
I mean,
Do y'all even notice that they just be like there as soon as he's there? They just be
Oh,
standing.
when
like,
Usher go in there, it's just like you literally have to have security on like angles, like
Yes.
the Secret Service. So, because
Yeah.
people would literally go up there and they would just stare at Usher like this, and I'd be like, so Keith had to start having it like, nah, bro, we gotta block this.
Yeah, I
off
had to
'cause
make
it's
security
crazy.
stop people from being able to flow through because randoms will be stopping at his section and trying to get pictures and autographs.
And Usher's so cool.
I got y'all in trouble
you know
one
what
time
I'm
too because
What happened? You sent somebody?
When I was at Warner Records, y'all did a flyer for me,
Okay.
and then BT was like, "Bro, we can't do no flyers for nobody else no more." Because you posted a flyer that you Warner Records was a Warner
Yup.
Records takeover.
Oh my God.
And I heard
all the labels,
all the
yo,
labels.
It was a disaster.
Yo, you really started that.
started
Because
Rory,
we
it was a
never had
disaster.
labels like
Thank you.
calling
Never
like
got
that.
And, yo,
Bro,
that was,
we did
by
for
the
you
way,
because it's you.
Rory, that was fire though.
Thank you.
That was smart marketing, bro. I'm telling you because we
Smart.
lit.
We
Yeah.
lit.
So labels
Y'all
was
was
like,
the
how
first one
can
to
we
do it.
get
But
that?
look,
I'm
in,
like,
in a label meeting on Thursday because they do they marketing call on Thursday.
Right.
Guess what they saying?
What?
Hell yeah, when we come to Atlanta, we got to go to Ladies Love R&B. Hey, Ferrari, do you have connections? I said, sure.
Absolutely, I
Hey,
do.
not only do I have connections,
My
I'm gonna put a little
besties.
bow on top of that.
Yeah.
guy. So when they
Warner
saw the
Records
flyers,
presents.
they don't see Ladies Love R&B flyers. Well, y'all had me looking great on the recap.
Oh, man.
next week.
I'm talking about. That's
I
the
know.
whole point.
High fives, man.
five.
yeah, hey,
know,
but
man.
that's so
Yeah.
crazy
Thank
because
you.
you really started the labels. That's when the labels, like, I know that y'all don't
Coming
really
in.
see this, but like
Yeah.
I see it. I see it for sure.
labels
We see
is
it.
literally on like a press run, like on the
They
slick.
gotta come
Like, really?
on a
It is.
Wednesday.
It is.
Bro.
It is. No, for sure.
I
Bro,
started
how many
noticing
times
like
I started coming with artists.
You win a lot of
Remember?
times, bro. It was
But
crazy.
he jump started it because when
That's
labels
fire.
start seeing
That's
that,
smart, too.
We'll be. You remember? I'll text y'all be like, "Yo, we doing an interview with such and such." They bring in
such and
such through
Yeah.
the night.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like I'm like, dang, this is crazy.
And
Like,
before we go, because we got to go to commercial, it
Okay.
was actually, y'all parties is actually cool to be in the crowd, too.
Yeah.
It
Like
is.
you don't have to have a section.
No.
One
No.
time me and Louis V was talking one night, literally just standing
Yeah.
in walking area.
Really.
He's just smoking a hookah, goddamn, just
because it's not the
literally-
place to try to look cool.
It's family,
Everybody's
bro.
cool
I
here.
feel like I feel like our party is all fam.
Yeah.
I
we
agree
just-
with
we
that.
just
Hey, you
hanging
be
out with
popping
our-
it though. We gonna talk about that. When
We
we
gonna
come
talk
back.
about it.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
What
when
I do?
When you get about 5 drinks in you, I call
It's
you
over.
5 drink Keith.
It's over. I'm almost done
Five
now.
Drink Keith is the new name.
Five drink Keith. Hey!
Keith.
We gotta
When
go
you get to
commercial,
5
man.
in you, boy.
Oh my God.
We gotta go to commercial, man. We'll be back. Ball Alert Show, Revolt TV.
And we're back on the Revolt TV, the Ball Alert Show with Keith Thomas and Brian-Michael Cox. My bad, I don't want to say B Cox.
I appreciate you. I mean, I know the
Ladies
city,
love
yo,
R&B.
in the city, y'all know me as B Cox, and it's a, but the world,
The world.
the world
Now
know me as
look, we
Brian
talk
Michael
about
Cox.
Ladies Love R&B on Wednesday.
Right.
Hey,
What?
I love when you guys are all this. When y'all all are hitting on all cylinders in that party.
Oh, it's going.
B Cox gets on the mic, but when BT's on the mic, but when my boy gets on the mic,
Oh,
when my boy gets on the mic,
Keith get the party
you know
going,
it's a good
baby.
time.
What are you talking about?
Keith
when
get
you
the
get
party
on the
going.
Oh, don't act like you ain't break no R&B record. I'm over here like, how do you break an R&B record? But it's an R&B party.
Yeah.
And when Good came out,
Oh, yeah.
I said, oh, man.
oh, yo,
He let it be known.
yo. When Good came
Got
I
to.
thought that was Fly Guy DC up there, boy. I said, he is popping it right now.
Hey man, you got to.
I feel like a promoter or someone who's curating the event, you got to truly love the event and not do it for money for it to really take off.
But that's the
because-
problem. A lot of people isn't
Sorry to
able to get
interrupt.
to greatness because they so focused on the money.
I mean, I feel like
This is
that,
not transactional.
No,
This-
but people would come to our party and be like, "Oh, we're gonna take it back to our city." You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely a form
And when
of
somebody
flattery,
tells you that, when they tell it to your face, by the way,
better
it
believe
wasn't
them.
even like we had to hear from somebody else.
They
told us.
told
They
you.
would tell us,
Oh, yeah, for
"Oh
sure.
no, bro, I'm taking this back to the city."
But I love that.
You know?
I don't love the people that try to act like they just came out, like it just happened out of thin air, like they just came up with this idea. Because
Yeah.
I see parties in other cities, and I'm like, man, I don't even think y'all even have enough people that like R&B. Now y'all just
All they got to do
Trying
is
to milk
this.
it.
I got one way to prove all of this. All we got to do is we'll post our first flyer when we started, and you post yours. and we'll see the date.
Fair.
And then if you
That's
were
a
before
fair-
us, we will greatly apologize and make sure
We'll
and
bow
say
out.
you were first.
All right, so
Because I always tell people, like, granted, like, yes, there were people like, oh, there were R&B parties before. Yes, but not the way that we do it.
Exactly.
Like, okay, cool. There was R&B was like very niche. We say in 2013 to 2016, but I was doing Mr. H in New York and doing the Groove and doing L Bar. It was very niche, man. It wasn't people. It wasn't a money thing at all.
No, it wasn't.
$3 drinks, free to get in. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, for sure.
nobody was trying. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it was small venues, like small
You're right,
spaces.
it was.
It wasn't
sure.
like, I remember I took Jermaine to L Bar. He was looking at me like, yo, what? Where are we?
Where
bro?
are we right now?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was like,
You took me there too.
he was like, yo, where are we, bro?
I'm out.
What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that was the energy. It wasn't the what we. And I took you like, Keith, look, this is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is bigger than this.
Yeah.
This is just what's happening right now. This is where the music I come to DJ. This is where it lives right now. That's why Mars is there. I'm there. That's why all these R&B people who can't get their thing off in the city, we're here and we're making $100 a week because there's no.
That's why
ecosystem
you didn't
for
see it so often, because it was no money. People in different states didn't see the money and the value in having R&B
We brought
parties.
the money, baby.
All right, so we
Yeah,
got to
that's
close
the
the
truth.
show.
All right.
So I want you guys to tell us, where do you guys see Ladies Love R&B? Even you too, BT, because you're a part of it
Yeah,
as well.
BT's
Where do you
our
guys see
guy.
Ladies Love R&B in the future? And I know you got some gifts for us too.
I mean, there's a lot of things that this brand has to offer.
Yeah.
Ladies Love R&B Live is about to go crazy. We're gonna come to a city near you. So if you rocking with the vibes and you want us to come rock with you, and you want
100%.
the crew, and you want
So
Jay,
it's Ladies Love R&B live.
that's the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
So we come live to your city.
Where can they get the information to see the dates?
Ladies of
Ladies Love R&B
ATL.
Instagram. Ladies Love R&B Live. Obviously Brian posts it every day.
Yeah, and every day.
He got all the followers. What you
Facts.
expect? You know what I'm saying?
Mr. 10 Grammys, 10 Grammys.
Here we go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
And,
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There's no greater partner than Brian-Michael Cox when it comes to these R&B parties.
That's a
'Cause
fact.
He's the cheat code.
He wrote the record.
By the way, hold on. Everybody loves Brian.
He's a very
He's a
likable
nice guy. I mean, people like me
That's
too.
why when you
They
told
love
me,
Keith too.
People
No.
love Brian.
Yeah, I know a couple people that
Don't like me, right?
you didn't cuss their ass out.
I mean, I'm a real. I keep it
I've
real.
never heard
But-
anyone
but
say
y'all
anything
both
bad
the
about
cheat
him.
code.
I gotta keep it real.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like people.
I always view Keith as the protector of this brand.
He's the enforcer.
He's the
Yeah, for sure.
protector and enforcer of this brand.
Yeah.
He makes sure that we do not get shorted. He makes sure that we're not getting
You're not playing with
screwed.
us.
No, for sure.
Like
I
he
got
knows
kids.
the numbers. He knows what's going on. Hey, you know.
ain't right.
yeah,
All right, so
you
look,
know.
our producer's cussing us out.
All right, Piron. Time to go.
No. I just want to also give you guys your flowers, man.
Thank you, bro.
This is a dope thing that you guys literally added to the culture.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the full culture of music.
Yeah.
Because think about it. I've never seen or witnessed anything like this ever before.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when you can do something like that, you guys literally cultivated a movement that is nationally recognized. So I would love
appreciate
to,
that.
let you guys know, and even you, BT, and me, y'all do a good job with y'all.
Well,
Again,
I
if
wanna say
someone
this.
like me that does not like R&B.
No, for real. I didn't even really know that until we had that conversation.
that
Yo,
intimate
that's
conversation.
I was like,
crazy.
yo, that's
I like gangster
crazy.
killer music.
Yeah, he
The
does not like.
nicest guy is
You
the
know what?
thuggish. It's the thuggish rugged boy. What is going on around here?
Yeah, man.
Bro,
You know,
you hear the music that he listened to? He listened to the YNs, the old ends.
I want to say
yo.
this, but before we
listens
leave,
to-
though, I want to say this though, man. Ladies Love R&B could not happen without our crew.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah,
Mix
for sure.
Master
Master
David,
David.
Bowtie,
Yeah.
BT.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They've been rocking with us from the beginning.
Really
No
together.
money, getting money, and we
Yeah.
appreciate y'all for sure.
We do.
And before we leave, I want to make sure I give y'all some Ladies Love R&B
Yes,
merch.
sir. Yes,
man, we
sir.
like
We
Yes,
got
sir.
the merch. Popping.
T-shirt, hoodie. Who on what?
I want the T-shirt.
I'll take the hoodie, bro. It's all good. I'll be
Bet.
on YN and wear it.
Gang, gang.
Got the merch.
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, Ladies
We
Love
got the
R&B. You know what I'm
merch.
saying?
Appreciate y'all, man.
If you want the merch, hit us up. We got all that.
Yes, sir. Baller Show. On
Yeah.
Revolt. Peace. Ladies Love R&B.
Yeah.
Gang,
Yes,
gang.
sir.